right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Cleopatra, aka Cleo. If you're new here, thank you for joining. If you're on this parenthood journey and you just want to have a safe space where you could be a part of, this is the channel for you. I do vlogs, I do book reviews, I mean, any and everything over here. Because we're just lifing, right? We're trying to adapt and go through this life and parenthood as best as we can. And yeah, that's what this channel is about. So if that interests you and you want to be a part, don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe button so you could join this family over here. Yes. So, guys, I haven't been on here for a minute, and man, life just been life, and it's been super busy with work and just, dealing with the kids and just going through everyday life that I really haven't had time just to sit down and do this. However, I've had a little break in my schedule where I'm able to do that, and I'm super stoked about it because I'm coming back to you guys with a book review, right? So while I've been away, I've read a book, and it's my first romance book. And to be honest, I was very shocked to find out that I like romance. I never thought I would like that genre, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, okay? I prejudged the genre, and that's due to the fact I really didn't understand or could understand how one could turn a genre such as romance into something interesting, right? Because when I think of romance, I won't lie, I'm really thinking of like our grandparents type of romance where they didn't either met on the farm or they didn't met in school or like they didn't been in daycare together and really grew up their whole life and just somehow ended up remaining together and ended up married and just having 1,001 kids and boom, romance. So that was really my view of romance novels. So that never interested me because I was just like, okay, it's gonna be the same old story, same old theme throughout the whole course of the book. So when I picked up this book, I was very shocked that it was not that. I mean, I was super shocked that it wasn't. And we're getting ready to dive into this book, okay? So the book that I ended up reading, it was Kennedy's Ryan, Before I Let Go book, right? Now here's the thing. I did not know what to expect, and I did not know what to I guess you could say get out of it. I was really turned aback because I was just like, oh my gosh, again, what is this book gonna give? However, once I started to dive into the book and I was reading it, I mean, I really got intrigued and I got hooked because it was the total opposite of what I thought and the total opposite of what I had in my head. So, um, I know I'm very late to this party. I know a lot of you guys have already read this book, so this isn't like a new book review type of thing. However, for those who have not read it, little disclaimer, I'm gonna share a little bit, not too much though. Um, but it's a good book. So here's like the basics of what the book is about. Okay, it's about a formerly, well, I'm gonna say recently divorced couple who are now trying to navigate life, and life consists of co-parenting, and it also consists of being co-business partners. And as anybody know, if you happen to know somebody who's been through a divorce or something of that nature, you know it could be sticky. Not all divorces end sticky or have to be sticky, but sometimes it could just get messy and just real ugly and nasty. And a lot of times when people think of divorce, they don't think of something being cordial, something being mutually agreed upon. It's always something happened which caused the divorce, right? And so, in this story, that's what this couple, that's what they're going through, right? And so, like I stated, if we're already trying to figure out co-parenting, right? It's a whole nother issue to bring in. Not only are you my ex-husband, but you my business partner. So now it's affecting not just my money. It becomes still a our money thing, because at the end of the day, our business is supporting us individually and us as a family as far as the kids. So they were going through that, and throughout the theme of the book, the divorce came due to a tragedy. Something happened, and what happened, it was life shaking, right? Because the two main characters are Yasmin, that's the wife, and the husband is Josiah. So when this tragedy struck, their world crumbled. What they thought their foundation was, and what they thought they stood on, and the principles and things of that nature, it all crumbled. And that shapes like the story of the books and the compass of the books. Some of the themes I feel like I got out of it were therapy and relentless love. In the book, Josiah ends up confronting the situation of therapy. Should I do therapy? Shouldn't I do therapy? And like his reasons why he chooses at first not to do it, right? And when we think about therapy in general, it's a taboo. So let's just leave that there. And the other thing was relentless love. I don't know if you guys attend church, go to church, know somebody who has been to church and heard this saying of in the Bible, God speaks about his love, right? How it's not just his love, but how love in general it's supposed to be, right? And one of the things it says is patient, it's kind, right? Love doesn't hurt, right? It's not jealous, it's not envious. And so if you've been in church, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard that saying before. And so that's one of the themes that stuck out in this book. It was relentless love. The love in this book, I mean, it was relentless. To have gone through what they went through and to come out how they came out, you had to have some relentless love. And not all the time do we see that in society, okay? Which brings me to the purpose that I got out of this book, right? Oh my gosh. I I feel like in this book you really got to tell of when love is meant to be, it will always come back. And I know that's a saying that you guys have probably also heard, right? Is if it's meant to be, it'll come back. And this book, it it showed that. Like it showed that when it's solid, and when you're meant to be with that person, it's going to come back around. It's almost like it's destined or it's fate that it will come back around. And I feel like that's something that we could hold on to in today's society. It doesn't have to be like a partner to partner relationship. It could be a sister to sister, a friend to friend, sibling to sibling, uh, whatever the case may be. Like when love is real and it's genuine, like no matter what happens, it's almost like you can never break apart from that person, and it always comes back. And when it comes back, it does the right thing, right? It makes it right. So that's one thing I think I found out of that, and a purpose that I found out of that. Because if you guys wondering why I'm talking about purpose, you guys already know that I'm on this series of finding purpose through reading. Books could be fundamental. A lot of books you read and don't have to be just for entertainment. A lot of books have nuggets and gems that you could really implement and apply in your life, and it could really benefit you in a positive way. So finding purpose through reading is very important right now, and that's just the journey that I'm on. So if you hear me talking about purpose and what I found out the books that I read or review, that's the reason why. But going back to the purpose, the second purpose I found was therapy. Um, I feel like therapy has become better within the black community, way better than what it was a decade ago. You do hear and see a lot of people talking about therapy. You do see it more than I would say I've seen in the last decade. However, I do still think it's a taboo in our culture. Um, Especially in a black culture, I think it's still a taboo. A lot of people still don't believe in therapy. A lot of people still don't believe in receiving those type of services or indulging in therapy. And especially when we think of our black men, right? A lot of black men don't go to therapy. I mean, a lot. And you probably know somebody who you like, oh, he needs therapy. Not just for himself, but he needs therapy for everybody around him. Like, how many black men do you know that are walking around angry, walking around with hurt, with trauma, with pain, with past experiences that should have broke them, should have shattered them, yet they're still standing. But while they're still standing, it's almost like they're holding on by a thread, right? And that person needs therapy. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like that. A lot of black men like that, and I feel like this book, it highlights that a lot, and it shines a big bright light on how men feel about therapy, and how men feel like, hey, what's the point of me sitting in a chair spilling my guts out to a shrink when I'm cool. Like, I could talk to my significant other or whatever about it, and I'm cool. Like, what's done is done. And a lot of times, I think that is a defense mechanism for feeling like they're weak, or feeling like that's just a feminine thing. Like, men are not supposed to be emotional. Men are not supposed to be vulnerable. So the theme of that book highlights it. I mean, she really highlights it a lot, and I was just like, okay, I was happy to see how that was showcased, and it was showcased in a way of where, yes, it highlighted the negative impacts and like the thoughts of the way some men may feel, and that's amazing, because you do have to question, well, why do you feel how you feel, right? Why does that make you feel that way? And then you have to see why one would go, and why it's beneficial to go, and how not only does it help you, but understanding when you go to therapy, it helps everybody else around you. I mean, like, if you can't be 100 for yourself, how in the world are you going to be 100 for somebody else? So this book, it did a great job with highlighting that. And yeah, those two of the things I feel like I got out of it is, um when love is real, it spins the block. And when when therapy is needed, you should go. So my ratings of Kennedy Ryan Before I Let Go book is a 5 out of 5. I say, if you haven't read it, go pick you up a copy, or go download it on Audible, because it truly is an amazing book. How she pretty much is like somebody is allowing you in the world, and you get to see like the raw emotions, the raw feelings, and sometimes even if you can't kind of connect on a personal level, just because you haven't experienced that or been through that, it's almost like you could feel their energy and their pain and their love through the book as you read. So she really did an amazing job writing this book and just the narration of it. So again, my rating is a 5 out of 5. Drop down your comments below if you've read it. Tell me what you thought. Tell me if you got some of the same things I got out of the book. And then let me know of another book that either tops this or is close to it. Because, like I said, man, I think she got me on this romance path. Like, these romance streets are dangerous. Like, they're really deep and dangerous. But it got me excited and it got me ready to dive deep into this genre. So I'm very curious as to what's out there. But I won't hold you guys too long. Until next time, I hope you guys stay blessed, stay stress free, stay loving, and stay doing you. Peace, guys.